Hi guys, I am here with some more true stories for you. We're going to finish up this book, or try to, because I think we got 3 or 4 stories left, so I'm going to try to get them all in one video for you guys. The first one has a Bible verse before it, which is Psalm 16:7. I will bless the Lord, who has given me counsel. Yes, my heart instructs me in the night seasons. This one is called Warning. Warning. One night, a few years ago, I had a dream about a flood that washed out a road my family and I traveled daily. In the dream, my husband and my oldest daughter were swept away. Naturally, this dream troubled me all day. Like Nebuchadnezzar, I couldn't get my dream off my mind. The next morning, I went off to work my usual 12-hour shift. That day, nothing much happened. Just the ordinary stuff that a nurse deals with, taking vital signs, passing out meds, doing reports, and cleaning up a mess or two. Most importantly, I spent time taking care of my patients and their needs. Near the end of the day, I received an unusual call from my husband. He wanted to take me out to dinner after work. I worked an hour away in Asheville, North Carolina. I didn't want him to make the drive, particularly with our 2 young daughters. Plus, money had been tight for some time, so I thought it odd that he wanted to treat me. Tim was attending Fruitland Baptist Bible Institute in Hendersonville, North Carolina at the time, and making very little money working part-time at a local gym. I didn't want to spend money going out to dinner, and I didn't want to leave my car in the hospital parking deck for the weekend. But after a little convincing, I agreed to let Tim take me to dinner. After an hour later, he arrived with our disgruntled daughters, Tabitha and Jessie. Did she say his name was? Yeah. Tabitha and Jessie, who were at each other's throats from the long, boring drive. Yeah, I know how that is. We set out for seafood at Joe's. The drive was just 30 minutes or so, but we were slowed by a driving rain that made it difficult for Tim to see the highway and the exit signs. Some dreams do come true. They're not really dreams, they're warnings. When we arrived at the restaurant, we dashed from the car to the front door, but still got drenched. While we ate, I was nervous about the rain. I hoped it would let up while we ate trout, chicken strips, and shrimp. To our dismay, the rain did not lighten up, but we decided to continue on our way home anyway. As we approached our exit ramp, 30 minutes later, the dream I had the night before came back to me. I suggested to Tim, maybe we should take the other road home. Without hesitating, he agreed. He sped past the exit and took the next one. Although the extra distance added about 10 minutes to our drive, it was worth it. I was able to relax for the first time since having the dream the night before. The next morning, I found out from friends that that road on our normal route, the one we would have used when returning from the restaurant, had flooded over. A moment of panic washed over me, followed by a crashing wave of relief that God had used the dream to warn me to not use our normal road. Sometimes we need to pause and consider the amazing things of God. We didn't share this experience with a lot of people at first. We just pondered it in our hearts. Sometimes His divine intervention is too much for us to comprehend, and sometimes we fear people will not believe us anyway. Yep. I encourage you to tell others about the amazing things God does for you, or to the least recognize the things He does. A friend of mine and his wife started a praise calendar a number of years ago when things weren't going well. It helped remind them of the amazing things God does do. After a year or so, they looked back through the preceding months and relived some of the events. Some were big, others small. It didn't matter. When God did something in their lives, they wrote it down. We all should do that. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? After a while, they started looking and keeping their eyes open to what God was doing in their lives. They sat and talked about it. One of the bigger blessings came from a friend who paid the airfare for one of them to visit their son in another state. Others were small, like a mixed-up order at a restaurant that yielded a free appetizer. No matter what, God says to give Him the glory. The more we do this, the more amazing things will happen in our lives. Give the credit where it belongs, all to Jesus. You may help someone else become curious enough about His goodness that they'll draw near to Him too. So don't be shy. Talk, write, share your experiences. That's why God gives us experiences, so we can help and encourage others, particularly if they are going through a difficult